manage yourself, your time, your energy is all in management. Remember, management is also a program. Your time, your energy, organizing, leading, motivation. If there's anything that you need is motivation, what's the motive? What's the motion that's going to give you the motivation to change when it is? When is the time for you to take and corral your essence, where you're the mover and shaker of yourself? We talk about wanting to go into adulthood and be an adept and not be a child, not being one that doesn't need. I'm going to tell you what, when they're pushing agendas, like these different words, and I'm not going to get into it too much, but when we talk about people being minorities, and we think, oh yeah, these different people of skin color are having different skin color, oh, they're minorities, man, the word is misused. And this is the game that's been run. Not knowing. Minority means somebody who is a child that can't make their decision legally. That's why it's done. Because the system wants to be the mother and the father. Hear me again. The system wants to be and is, unless you take control, the mother and the father. That's why they'll say they're the minorities. See that movie Minority Report? Yeah. Why can't you enter a bar at 21, some states 18? Because you're what? Minor. It's a play on words. People will call themselves that, which really disqualifies you as being a child. That's why you got to watch the words you speak, because they're creative, they're vibration. And you may be speaking stuff on yourself by just being a follower. Because this is about time not being a follower. It's pardon me. Learn to manage yourself and make and organize and leading and motivating yourself. You got to find the motivation deep within. You got to give yourself attention. The techniques. You got to use the skillful, efficient way to achieving something is to use techniques. The techniques of breathing. The techniques of creating a plan. The techniques of definitely meditation. This is stuff that giving yourself to you. Giving yourself the power to do you. It's really learning how to program yourself. And I'm going to get into that really soon on some of the next video. I'm going to talk about the hack, the program, and the deprogrammer. Okay? But right now, this is actually an aspect of it. You got to take and learn your techniques. I used to coach sports for a long, long time. I used to play. And anybody that knew their techniques could definitely get farther than anybody that didn't know the techniques would always put you behind. So learning techniques, even in a young age, playing a sport was important. To learn your techniques, learn your position, learn the positioning, learning how to position yourself in athletic stances was a key thing than somebody who started and didn't know any of this, that didn't know any techniques. People who had known techniques already had a head start. Hear what I'm saying? They would have a head start. And the thing is, what do you want to achieve? What is your passion? What is your motivation? What do you want to achieve? What's your calling? What do you want to achieve? What pushes you? What is your wall that you can't get through something? Could it be in your own business? Could it be your spirituality? Could it be your conscious rising? You feel stuck and your conscious doesn't go past a certain point. I know a lot of people like that. I had mentioned before, I knew people that when I thought and I went to a different area in my consciousness, I thought they would come with me. And every time when I started noticing this, which was years later after this happened multiple times, and it just hit me just within the last month to 6 weeks that, Danny, D-boy, every time, take a look. When you went this level, people didn't come. When you went to the next level, they didn't come. Why do you expect them to come? They don't come. But there will be somebody that will come that you may know, that may just come into your life now, that you didn't know before. They're ready to take that step. They're ready to take that leap. They're ready to manifest themselves. They're ready to go the next level. They're ready to dive deep. They're ready to put that scuba gear on and put and make that space travel trip with their ship. This is your ship. Techniques. You want to do something big? Techniques. Get your techniques down. Breathing. Planning. Get a goal. And the next one would be goals, which would be strategies to attain specific measurables and define your purpose. This would even be going then. Know your path. Looking for what's your path. What is the thing that drives you want to do? This is the thing where unity works together, that we could all be on that same ship, working towards the same goals. We want changes. We've already seen a bunch of stuff that just doesn't add up and hasn't worked. And we know, those who of us know, that Aquarius is bringing a huge change. But it may be not the way you think it's going to be. Because there may be some things that are going to hit a wall, and maybe you're going to be like, dang, they didn't really come with me. And they hit a wall, and oh my God, this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. Because you are dealing with a resistance. But remember, your aspect of your power is not fighting outside of yourself. It's learning to access yourself into your highest capability. What's the depth of the power that you have not tapped into? What has really been our lack of that? Part of the situation of what we always hear is there's always this, there's always a lack. And that's part of the what's pushed even in the agenda for us to even get scared and go buy a ton of toilet paper, is because of the lack. Oh, there won't be any more. But how could beings that cup runneth over, that have all things, feminine aspect, male aspect, balance, a pole, energy, and all this stuff, the cup runneth over, which means there's never a lack of anything, really, is there? Except in our own thinking. Or except when we get off our path and get outside ourselves and start looking outside ourselves. Hear what I'm saying? When we start traveling so far out ourselves, we don't recognize the star is within yourself, because that heavens, that astral plane, that stars and the sun and the moon and that excess of the universe is through you. But we get outside of ourselves and we start looking what's the governor saying and what's the agenda of them. We know this stuff. On the down low, if anybody will poison your water and poison your land, what else do I need to know? They ain't looking out for the best for me. So I got to look out the best for me. That's why I stopped saying, I'm going to quit all this agenda stuff and keep propagating their power. I know they operate on a half a pole. If you're operating on a half a pole, you're lacking. If you operate on a half a pole, you're lacking. And that's what they do. Because if it was a full pole, being unbalanced, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. Think about it. One more time. Goal strategy to attain specific measurables to define your purpose. And I put on that, start walking your path. Meditation. Could it be your diet? What can make you function at the best you could do? I'm not here to be your consciousness. I'm here to be I'll be anybody's mentor. I have people I mentor, talk to. But I'm going to access you to you. Any good guru, and people always ask guru is a misleading one, and that's not true. That's not true. There's been great gurus over the thousands and thousands, millions of years, who gave them the vastness to access themselves. Medicine man that brought healing, not just masking symptoms like we see now. Hear what I'm saying? This was program. This was Management Technique and Goal by D-Boy at West Coast Uncensored. You guys have a great day. And remember, we're going to be doing some really good ones coming up soon. We're going to do the hack, the programmer, and the deprogrammer for one. This is D-Boy from West Coast Uncensored. You guys have a great day. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.